Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Spieth at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Start right there. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Wright, looking to throw on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Right now to throw on 3rd down. Caught here by Griffin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. throw is right. From the gun, he'll throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. A beautiful fake. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down again.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Pulled in at the 24. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now right, throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 5 here to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We could talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got it first and goal at the 7.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
3-19! Gun! Detroit! Gun!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Right back to him on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Rolling to nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit, Detroit. Over, 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 over.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Right to throw on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. 1st down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Over, 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 over.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, here we go. Boom,
now Jackson on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Right over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To Mixon on first down. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Joe Mixon, and he gets it down to the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Now, Barney! Over!
Looking to throw on second down. Right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Jackson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Detroit.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Here we go. Blue landing. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
All right, here we go. Blue landing.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the gun, it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Here's Wright, operating from the gun. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. Right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
Here's Mixon. And now running right through it. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. this kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out. Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out. Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating. Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks. Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. All right, now, lucky 56.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. Completes it to Dixon. Whoa! It still won't. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Over.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try to pick up a first down.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Detroit! Gun!
On 4th down, it's Howard. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
4th and inches, does he get the first? You bet he does. He knows exactly where he needs to be, and he's going to fight his way forward to get a couple of yards and ensure he keeps the chains moving.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
Right now on 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Watch him now, Barney. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
He's back to throw. To Mixon on the check down. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Jackson to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brooks. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Gone! Detroit! Gone! Detroit!
Here's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing now is Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a handoff working right, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Gone!
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll run it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. Now the ball comes loose. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Set. 3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They get it to him running left, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one,